Hello everyone. In this session we are going to learn about the greenhouse effect. But before understanding what is greenhouse effect, we need to understand what is global temperature model. Because after understanding what is global temperature model, you will be able to understand greenhouse effect better. Now let's see what does global temperature model say. It says incoming solar radiation, which means the whatever solar radiations are coming from sun, that is equal to reflected solar radiation by earth plus absorbed solar radiation by earth. So this is the equation which is given by global temperature model. Now let's understand this equation with help of a diagram. So this is my earth and this is my sun. Solar radiations are coming from sun. So these are the incoming solar radiation. Now when these solar radiations hit the surface of earth, some of these radiations will be reflected back into the space. So these reflected radiations are going in the space and the remaining portion of solar radiations will be absorbed by earth. So this is the global temperature model, which says the incoming solar radiation is equal to reflected radiation back into the space plus absorbed by the earth. Now we have already seen in the Wien's displacement law, if any object is absorbing some radiations, so suppose this is my earth and it is absorbing some radiations. Now earth will try to keep itself in which thermal equilibrium. So here earth is trying to keep itself in the thermal equilibrium. For that earth will start emitting the radiations. Because of this absorption, its temperature has gone up. So to reduce the temperature or to lower the temperature, it will emit some radiations or the heat, which means each object tries to keep itself in the thermal equilibrium. And for this maintenance, always the absorption should be equal to emission, which means the energy absorbed by earth will always be equal to energy radiated by earth. This is as per the global temperature model. What happens if absorption is not equal to emission? If absorption is greater than emission, means the earth has absorbed more radiation than it has radiated or emitted, then what will happen? Earth's temperature will go up and earth will become warmer. Second, what if the absorption is less than emission? Means earth has absorbed less radiation and it has emitted more radiation. Because it has emitted more heat, earth's temperature will go down. Now due to the loss of extra heat, earth will become cooler. So these are the few things which can happen if absorption is not equal to emission. So if you solve this particular equation, incoming solar radiation is equal to reflected plus absorbed solar radiation by earth, you will find the earth's temperature is equal to minus 19 degrees Celsius. So this is the earth's temperature which you get as per the global temperature model. But earth's actual temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. This is the current average actual temperature of the earth's surface. Now what is the reason why there is difference between the temperature as per the global temperature model and earth's actual temperature? The reason is because the global temperature model, I am writing here GTM for the global temperature model. The GTM does not include the greenhouse effect. The global temperature model does not include greenhouse effect. That is why when you calculate the earth's temperature as per the global temperature model, which does not include the greenhouse effect, it comes out as minus 19 degrees Celsius, which is extremely less as compared to earth's actual temperature, which is 15 degrees Celsius. And it comes out when you include greenhouse effect also in your calculations. So now let's understand what is the greenhouse effect. The most common explanation which you hear for the greenhouse effect is the trapping of radiations by greenhouse gases. This is the most common definition which you hear for the greenhouse effect. Now there are few stages in greenhouse effect, so we will expand each stage and understand what is greenhouse effect. The first stage is incoming solar radiation. The solar radiation which is coming from sun. Some of it is reflected of clouds, means there are clouds in our atmosphere which will reflect some of the radiations. Some of it will be absorbed by the atmosphere. For example, ultraviolet rays are absorbed by ozone in upper atmosphere. What does it mean? Suppose this is my earth and this is my sun. Now solar radiations are coming from sun. These are called incoming solar radiations. Between the sun and earth there is atmosphere. In our atmosphere there are many gases, aerosols or water vapors. Some of the solar radiations while traveling towards the earth will be reflected off the clouds. So some of the solar radiations will hit the cloud and they will be reflected back. Now apart from clouds there are many gas molecules. So in the upper atmosphere there are oxygen and ozone molecules. Some of these short waves or the radiations will be absorbed by ozone, which is mostly the ultraviolet rays. That is why we say the ozone layer provides a shield or protects the earth from the ultraviolet rays, because it absorbs major portion of the ultraviolet rays in the upper part of the atmosphere. Now the remaining portion of the incoming solar radiation will go and hit the earth's surface. So this is the first stage of greenhouse effect, which comes under the incoming solar radiation. Now there are few interesting points about the incoming solar radiation, like sun delivers approximately 1370 watt per meter square of energy to earth, which means the solar constant is equal to 1370 watt per meter square. This value needs to be remembered as it can be used in solving numericals. So it means sun delivers 1370 watts of energy per square meter on the earth. The next stage is reflected energy or the radiation. So at this stage what is happening? Incoming solar radiation is hitting the earth. Some of it will be reflected by snow, ice and other surfaces. So on the earth there are many things like snow, ice or the mountains. Some of this solar radiation will be reflected by ice, snow, oceans or the other surface like mountains. The percentage of the solar radiation reflected back into the space by object is called albedo. This portion of the solar radiation which is reflected back into the space is called albedo. So this was the incoming solar radiation which comes and hit the earth's surface. Some portion of it will be reflected back into the space. So this is the reflected radiation. Now this reflected portion is called albedo. Now albedo is different for different type of surfaces. For example, perfectly black surface has an albedo of 0. Why does it have albedo of 0? Because all the radiations are absorbed. That is why the black object appears black, because it is absorbing all the radiations. Perfectly white surface has an albedo of 1 because it is reflecting all the radiation and there is 0 absorption. If you particularly talk about the Earth's average albedo is 30%, which means the 30% of the incoming solar radiation is reflected. Or you can say the albedo of the Earth is 0.3. This value can be remembered as it can be used in many numericals. Now apart from Earth, there are some other surfaces which contribute in reflection. For example, clouds. Clouds have very high albedo. It is somewhere between 0.7 to 0.9, which means the clouds can reflect around 90% of the radiation. Lands and ocean have very low albedo. It is somewhere between 0.1 to 0.4. Means 10% to 40% of the radiations will be reflected if they hit land and the oceans. Rest of the radiations will be absorbed. So this was the second stage of greenhouse effect. Then comes the third stage of greenhouse effect, which is called absorbed radiation, where the radiations will be absorbed. Now we have already seen what is the albedo of Earth. It is 30%. Which means the 70% of the energy will be absorbed by the Earth. So the 30% incoming solar radiation has been reflected. Now the remaining 70% will be absorbed by the Earth. Now Earth is also an object. Any object which absorbs energy will also emit some energy to keep itself in the thermal equilibrium. Here, Earth will also try to keep itself in the thermal equilibrium. Therefore, Earth will emit some radiations to bring the temperature down, which had gone up because of absorption. So here Earth is radiating some energy. And when this radiation attempts to pass through the atmosphere, it is affected by various gases, water vapors and aerosols. So now what is happening? This is my Earth. It had absorbed some energy, or you can say the 70% of incoming solar radiation. Its temperature has gone up. So to keep itself in the equilibrium, it will radiate some energy. So these are the radiations emitted by Earth. They are the long wavelength radiations which fall in infrared category of electromagnetic spectrum. Now what is happening? Above the Earth there is atmosphere. So this is my atmosphere. In the atmosphere there are gases and aerosols or water vapors. Now when these radiations are traveling towards the space, they will encounter various components of the atmosphere. They will encounter gases, aerosols or the water vapors. And this is also possible that they do not encounter any component and they go directly into the space. This is also one possibility. Now let's see what happens when these radiations travel towards the Earth. Some of these radiations can pass through unaffected, means that some of these radiations can pass through the atmosphere without getting affected by gases or the aerosols and can go directly into this space. This particular window is called atmospheric window. This particular window, which allows the radiation to go directly into the space without getting affected by gases or the aerosols, is called atmospheric window. So this is the one possibility which can happen. Other possibility is the radiation can get scattered by the reflection. Now because there are many gas molecules and aerosols and clouds also, some of the radiation may go and hit one of these components and get reflected back towards the Earth. So reflection can also happen. And third possibility is these radiations are absorbed by the gas molecules, where the gas molecules are trapping the energy. So here what is happening? These gas molecules, which are called greenhouse gas, these gases are trapping the energy, or you can say they are blocking the radiations by trapping the energy from going into the space. Now this is my gas molecule, suppose CO2, which is a greenhouse gas. It has trapped some energy, means it has absorbed some energy. Now because of the absorption, its temperature has gone up. So it will try to keep itself in the equilibrium and will emit some radiations. So now the heat will come out, or it will again emit some radiations which will travel towards the Earth. So this is sort of a loop which keeps going on between the Earth and atmosphere, and it helps maintaining the Earth's atmosphere optimum. And this is called greenhouse effect. Now the important point is this greenhouse effect is a natural phenomena. Greenhouse effect is a natural phenomenon. It has been there ever since the life is existing on the Earth. Now natural greenhouse effect is the main reason why there is a difference between Earth's temperature, which is calculated by global temperature model, and Earth's actual temperature. So when you include this greenhouse effect in calculating the Earth's temperature, you will find Earth's temperature is 15 degrees Celsius because of greenhouse effect. If you do not include this greenhouse effect, as it was done in global temperature model, the Earth's temperature was minus 19 degrees Celsius. So approximately there is a difference of 34 degrees Celsius between these two temperatures. So this was all about the greenhouse effect. There are few important points which can be remembered from exam point of view, like the solar constant is 1370 watt per meter square. What is the albedo of Earth? It is 30%. What is the wavelength of radiation which is emitted by Earth? So it is 10.1 micrometer and it falls in the infrared region of electromagnetic spectrum. How do we get this value? That we have already seen in the Wien's displacement law. Next, we are going to talk about the particular wavelengths which are absorbed by greenhouse gases, and that is called the absorptivity spectrum of the gases or the absorption spectrum of greenhouse gases.